Natureborn is the new hero coming in Update 6. She is a completely original hero that is not in any other Clash game. Her stats are pretty comparable to the Archer Queen. In fact, she kinda works similarly to the Archer Queen, except her super is more of a support than damage. The first ability allows her to transform into a deer if she is placed in the first 2 rows. The deer transformation upgrade adds 12 HP on the max level, making her sit at 29 HP, which is the second highest right after Shield Maiden, which means that the deer form is like a tanky melee hero, so you have a choice to either have a tank or a ranged support. But one thing I seem to notice about the deer form is that the energy required for the super gets doubled from the human form, which is fair considering that tanks get energy when receiving damage as well as dealing damage instead of just dealing damage like ranged minis. The middle upgrade increases the attack speed of the human form. The second ability is the super and it heals the closest ally for 2 HP, and the heal has a plus shaped effect. The deer form will also share the exact same super with the human form, except like I said earlier, it will need more energy. The upgraded ability heals 2 allies for 6 HP over 2 seconds. The third ability introduces a new mechanic called Overheal. Overheal is when a target receives healing when it's at max HP. Basically, this mechanic compensates for wasted heals. The Overheal ability is split into 2 sides as it's different based on the human or deer form. While in human form, it gives energy for every 1 HP of heal that got wasted by Overheal. This synergizes amazingly with most ranged minis, which is perfect for the human form playstyle. The deer form gives +1 attack buff when your minis get Overheal, which is perfect for tanks in the front. What I find cool about Natureborn is that she will create 3 different archetypes in the game. Think about it. We will have some people who will build their team entirely based on the deer form. Some others will build their deck for human form specifically. And the final group will have an all-arounded deck to utilize both forms depending on what they need. I'd love to get more in depth about some stuff, but I don't have the dev build, so it's impossible with the footage that I got. However, I'll do some stuff for sure after the update, so subscribe for that. But theoretically speaking, the human form will probably synergize strongly with the healing ranger because the healing ranger will ensure the overheal buff applies, so both of them will most likely spam supers all the time. Other notable synergies are probably the electro wizard and the musketeer and maybe the witch. Point is, the human form will also benefit from having ranged minis with super close to her, so the heal would splash on her as well. For the deer form, the buff is an attack damage increase, so it's not tied to the minis with a super. I can see the Valkyrie and the Royal Ghost be absolutely amazing with the deer form since they heal, which means the buff will get activated more often. For the skin, it's the Astral Natureborn. It's by far the best skin ever made in terms of quality and details, both visually and audio details. It has a different model, different animations, different effects, different sounds, and of course the background that you can see here in the character selection screen. The skin also gives a new form to the deer as well. In a match here, the projectile seems different with some constellation as an effect. The super seems to be unchanged, but this is the dev build footage, so I wouldn't really take that for granted. I can see them adding new super effects as this is a very special skin. There also seems to be some space particle effect when you transform it to the deer form. Same effect also applies when you change it to human form. I also don't seem to find any different sound effects, but sometimes music and sound effects don't even get implemented to the dev build, so we gotta wait for the update to check that. The emote is Natureborn giving a heart with both of her hands. It's almost way too wholesome, it will become a very toxic emote. And there is 2 avatars. The first one has that musical instrument that Natureborn uses in her default skin, and the second avatar has that glass ball which is from the astral skin. So what do you think of the new hero? Let me know down below in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss on the sneak peek of the new mini.